Thank you for tuning into Rich Girl Network TV. I'm your host, Jim Blanton, and today I am at TV1 Cleo TV show lineup and NAACP Image Award announcements. I'm going to be bringing you a lot of interviews from our stars, and you'll also get a behind-the-scenes look at the press junket panel. Stay tuned, and as always, we'll bring you lots of entertainment news and more Rich Girl Network TV.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful. Hey, you look very nice, if that's okay with you.
If you are white and you're on opiates, that's a crisis. If you're black and you're on crack, that's a crime.
How often do you Prince when you're on the air with the
every day. You know, it's off the world when Prince is gone and Bobby Brown's healthy. So it's a whole. I'm serious. When that happens, I'm like, Trump gonna be president. I just won't do comedy where I can't tell you what I feel organically about a situation. We ain't been an industrial country for 50 years, so you'd rather roll back time than take a night course?
You need to ride.
The context is that I heard stories about my father that he never told me, and the idea of learning so much about somebody when you can't talk to them about it was a lot. So the point was I learned more about him when he was dying than I ever did about him when he was alive.
D.L. over here to your left. When you were a little boy, were you funny? And did you?
Not to my mama, I wasn't.
When did you realize that you had this humor about you?
I realized that if I said what I meant, people would listen to me. But I don't ever know if I quantified it as humor. I knew that I got in trouble a lot, and I knew that that I always said things that made my mother tell me to shut up. But I didn't know what it would mean, and I think to a great extent, I feel like that. Even working with her on the radio and doing stand-up now feels kind of the same way.
So do you still feel bad about it or intimidated?
I think every time I say something that I know could have a different impact than I intend, I'm intimidated, but I believe that you're supposed to say the things you feel.
So for all of you, what made you really want to what was the compelling reason that you wanted to sort of bare your souls for something like this and really get into personal stuff, put it out there for everybody? What was sort of the motivation, I guess, for each of you?
Me as the producer, I was hoping that these talents, such as this gentleman, this young lady here, will be able to speak and tell their own truth as opposed to someone else saying their truth. So.
I feel personal testimonies are very empowering to people that have an opportunity to hear them. You know, I've had an interesting journey. I've gone through a lot of stuff, and I'm all about empowering people to pursue their purpose in life, whatever that may be. And I just feel like I've overcome a lot. My story and journey could be very inspiring to someone else that may be going through something. I feel like honesty and truth, can help maybe set someone else free or encourage someone else. So it was an opportunity for me to do that and share my personal testimony.
Deal?
Chris Spencer bought me tequila. Forced me to do it.
Was it healing at all for you personally? To go through that?
No. It wasn't. It was interesting because now that's been some months, but it still makes me feel the same way. But I think ultimately I'm always trying to be as honest with myself as possible. So to that degree, it was and Chris and working with him, they just had a way of flying me with alcohol and making me tell the truth. No, I think they had a way of making me feel conversational and it wasn't as intimidating, but it didn't, the level of catharsis that people say they have, I haven't had yet.
I had a question for Tasha. I was curious, you've been doing some work behind the camera now, and how has that been, that transition from acting to directing?
It's like drugs. I mean, literally. I was telling DL that I was like, Back in the day, I used to do cocaine. Okay, this is like my new drug, you know. I love it. It's fun. It's creative. And it's like an addiction. Like, I love it. I wake up early, you know, I go to bed late. And another friend of mine said, well, you ain't got no kids, so you could do that, you know, but I just love it. I get so inspired working with actors, telling a story, painting a picture. You know, my brother here, actually, he was the first producer I got an opportunity to work with on a feature film. And thank you for that opportunity, because it opened up so many doors, but I love it so much, so much.
D.L. said over here on your left was very true. Sometimes it's not cathartic, or it doesn't, being honest isn't always a healing process. Being honest and open can come back and bite you in the ass. Some things that you say in the moment of being very honest can haunt you the rest of your life. Did you consider that before you started, you know, bearing your souls?
I didn't. I mean, I just talked about using cocaine back in the day. I mean, I don't care. You know what I mean? I mean, it's honest. All you can do is live in a moment as an artist and tell the truth, and, you know, not any intention to offend anyone. You know, I'm a teacher, I'm an actor, I'm a director. I've gone through a lot of like personal like therapy and, you know, just help, because I've had a very, very, very rough life. I've had a lot of obstacles in my life. And where I am as a 47-year-old woman, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? All I can do is be honest, be authentic, be transparent, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It is what it is. I'm in my fucking 40s.
Woo! And I'm 65 until you get there.
I can't wait.
Jasmine, do you consult with people as the co-host? Do you let people know that it's okay not to talk about certain subjects?
I think the interesting thing about working alongside DL is most people always say, is he always mad? Is he that typical? Or does he really feel that way? And I would say the one thing that I've learned tremendously from him is, you know, I too have had a very difficult life. And for a long time, you know, I wouldn't talk about it. I would keep it inside because I wanted to be the strong Black woman. And I didn't know how to not be angry about it. And watching him be so honest about things that, you know, people would otherwise try to sweep under the carpet, it gave me the courage to speak out and do it from a different perspective so that I could laugh at it more and kind of, I hope, teach other people that you don't always have to be angry all the time. So it allowed me to let go of a lot of things. And on the show, I surprised myself at revealing things that even my family didn't know. You know, and then with him, because he jokes about a lot of things, even though, you know, some of the things I say may be dark to a lot of people, we laugh about them, and they have been very therapeutic for me.
And is that a good thing?
I think that's a good thing. I think to carry it for as long as I did, I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. I was fooling me. And I felt like I wasn't living my truest and honest self because I owed it to myself to face everything that I've been through and deal with it and just come to terms with it.
But in such a public way, things that you haven't even told your family. Is that always good?
Well, I think it's an individual decision. For me, it was the best way to do it because I've always kind of lived out in the public in terms of my career in radio and what I had done. And I had pretended to be someone for so long that I really didn't know who I was anymore. So I felt really
I don't know who you are right now.
This is your doing. But I feel really comfortable now with sharing that with people, and I'm okay with whether they look down on me or not.